أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته, guys.
عليكم السلام. Oh my God.
Inshallah, we're all doing well, bi'idhnillah, and inshallah, we'll keep today's halaqah brief, short, but also meaningful. Yeah, walk out quick, but inshallah, I want the message that we take out of this to be something meaningful that genuinely like affects our life in a positive way, inshallah ta'ala. So, one thing that I really want to talk about today, guys, inshallah, is this concept in Islam, which is about tawakkul, having tawakkul in what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given you. In this dunya, there's so many things that are uncertain. When am I going to graduate? Who am I going to marry? What am I going to eat? Is this going to work out for me? There's so many like variables in our lives. We don't know what's going to happen. SubhanAllah. And it's so important to have that tawakkul. So important. For instance, today, like I said, in the workplace, I'm like, how am I gonna? Because I got called into, not called in, but there was a laptop change that needed to be made and all that stuff. So I came to the office. Like, how am I gonna make this work? I want to run a halaqah, but also fulfill my responsibilities. Does that make sense? But then at the same time, subhanAllah, one of my halaqah students from another halaqah that I run, Allah yarhamu, his father passed away. I'm like, I need to be back in the area. I also need to be at work and I also need to run a halaqah at the exact same time. How's that even going to happen? And in the evening, we have a program. Like, it doesn't seem possible. My main advice, always, always have tawakkul that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make it easy for you. Who's the one that controls time? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Who's the one that controls how people feel about you? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If you're ever thinking, bro, I shouldn't do something. What if people view me in a negative way? Who's the one that controls how people view you? Sometimes people can view you in such an amazing way, even though they've got 1,000 reasons to not view you in a good way. Only because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has put something in their heart for you. If you control the controllables, inshallah, you do what you can for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that's how you make it to the top, inshallah. You control the controllables, you tie the camel, you do what's required, you put in the work, you know, you treat people well, even when no one's watching. That's the key. When no one's watching, you treat someone well. Someone comes to you and says something to you and you're tired and you respond to them with akhlaq, like with kindness, and you actually try to speak to them as a human being. Do you think Allah will ever let you down? You never get let down, bro. You're being uni, you have an assignment, subhanAllah, you manage to finish it in an incredible way that makes it easy for you. You understand what I'm saying? You manage to finish it in a way that's beautiful for you, that works for you. That's the most important thing. It's to treat people well for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to tie the camel, to do what you can, inshallah. Have that tawakkul that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to make it easy for you, bro. Make it very easy for you, whatever's going on. And subhanAllah, there's ways things just work like puzzle pieces, man. Like puzzle pieces. I'm telling you, when you have that tawakkul that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to take care of you, your life works out literally like a puzzle piece. How am I going to make this work? You just start walking and then things start falling into place naturally. And you're like, what? That's so beautiful. That's the first thing I want to talk about, which is having tawakkul, guys. Especially in the time of university, we've got a lot of assignments, a lot of things coming up. It's really important that you have that tawakkul, you have that belief that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to take care of you. And number two is another big one. Ambition. Ambition. As a young Muslim man, you must have ambition. What I mean by that is you need to aim high. Not this high, I mean this high, all the way at the top. Incredibly high. As Muslims, we should not be aiming to be average, nor should we be aiming to be above average. We should be aiming to be the exception that's recorded in the history books. Now, I know if you're not used to thinking outside that level, that sounds crazy. Like, what? What do you mean? You want to have exceptional habits. Habits that a normal person would say that's crazy. You're up at 4, 5 a.m. You're straight into it. You pray. You treat your family well. Inshallah, guys, I want you to aim to not just graduate uni, I want you to aim, inshallah, to leave a legacy. Do something amazing with your life. A lot of people, they have ambition in uni, they get their first job, and that's the end of their life. They're just there every day for the rest of their life. But is that what you guys want to do with your life? Aim higher. Aim to leave a legacy behind, inshallah. Now, how are you going to do that? Allahu alam. But a couple of things you need to make sure you always keep in place. Number one, community work. Being a khuddam of the community, being a servant of the community. Make sure you're a servant. Make sure you give back. Whether it's running a halaqah, whether it's literally giving advice for free to someone, you always are a service to the community. Your time does not always belong to you. It's number one. Number two, have ambitions that make you scared and have habits that can make you conquer even the most difficult situations in your life. How do you do that? When you have these habits, you want to make sure that you're able to do the same thing again and again and again and again until you're bored. Again and again and again. Whether it's uni, you just smash the same thing out again, 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 until you are the best, inshallah, the entire class. Number one. Because as a Muslim, if you aim to be number one, inshallah, it's the best dawah opportunity ever. If you go to uni class, Brother Azam, for example, and you've got the notes ready, and you're able to give that to your friends at school, at uni, the dawah opportunity, bro. Everyone's going to ask you, hey, man, you're Muslim, right? Why are you giving that to me for free? Best conversation starter. And then from that point onwards, alhamdulillah, like you're able to leave that legacy. Even with your lecturers, when you have that iman and you've got that power and that confidence and that ambition, people see that. Even people in the most high up positions, they look at you and they're like, this person's not average. They're going to do something great. To get to that point, guys, inshallah, you need to really, and I really mean this, you need to change your friendship group, who you're spending your time with. If you're spending time with people who are not doing things for the sake of Allah, they're not praying when they need to pray, they're not actioning things when they need to action things, they're not trying in their lives, that's going to affect you, my brothers. You want to be with people like the equivalents of Sultan Muhammad al-Fatih, who conquered Constantinople at 21, 200,000 person behind him. You want to be the equivalent of Osama bin Zaid, 19 years old, conquered. You want to be at that level, inshallah. You want to really, when you walk into any room, be someone that's able to absorb everything like a sponge. Be someone where when you speak, inshallah, you speak with nur. The words that come out, people need to write them down. Don't be someone that when you talk, people don't even listen to you because it's not even helpful. Inshallah. Sharpen your public speaking, sharpen your ability to talk, sharpen your ability to give back, inshallah. So two things, inshallah. Number one, have tawakkul. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to take care of you. SubhanAllah, this is a very, very important one. Very, very important. I'll give you guys a small example. Alhamdulillah, as of a few weeks ago, I graduated my Monash law degree. During that time, a few weeks before, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala brought me the opportunity to work full-time in not a normal position, in a senior position, alhamdulillah. That type of job where you don't know much or don't have much experience, it takes up all your time. For me to graduate, I had to, in those 2 months of getting used to this new job, do 5 exams in semester 1 and do 2 winter units during winter, which require you to be on campus for 2 weeks, which I wasn't able to do. Not only not be at school, not be at uni the entire time. How does that even work? Yeah, makes no sense. At the same time as well, alhamdulillah, with my students that I've got, that I teach in the evenings and weekends, I needed to take care of them too at the same time. That seemed like an impossible puzzle. I was seriously considering, do I even accept this opportunity or not? Yes, subhanAllah, it all came back to what? Tawwakul, 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 Tawwakul. How did that end up playing out? Joined the job, and right before I'd start work, I'd go from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. I'd go through all the PowerPoints for that entire week. and try and figure out what's going on, basically, all right? Oh, yeah, this is happening, that's happening, that's happening. In my break during work time, I would just be continuing on my assignment. Wake up again, Fajr, repeat, repeat, repeat. Barely just submit that assignment, but get it through, get it done. Next one, next one, next one. During the winter, we had some group projects. Like, how am I going to meet people in a group, bro? Like, I have no time. SubhanAllah, Allah bless me with a group that's willing to wake up at 8 a.m. to go do a meet. Beautiful. We recorded our presentation, 8 a.m., 9 a.m. submitted. That's when I start work. SubhanAllah, things work out in such a beautiful way for you. Where you're like, how's this even going to happen? Sometimes it's like, how am I going to travel to this place, but also do this, but also do. Say Bismillah, Tawwakul ala Allah, and go figure it out. That's my advice. Now, my example that I gave you is not a big example. I understand there's way bigger examples. It's a very small example. If someone doesn't have tawakkul, like in my situation, if I didn't have tawakkul, I would have said no to that opportunity and said, no, I'm a uni student. I can't accept opportunities. Wait till I graduate. It's like you get marriage come at your door to get married. I'm a uni student. I can't get married now. I'll come back like, no, 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 no. You don't do that. You say yes and you figure it out. Always say yes. Yes, Bismillah, figure it out. You just make it work. All right, Brother Hilmi, full-time job. We're going to give you two full-time jobs. You got marriage coming up next week, graduation the week after, and three different organizations coming in 2 weeks. All right, sounds good? Say Bismillah, done, figure it out. That's my advice. Don't say no, ever, to anything. You need to figure it out. I'm not trying to say burn yourself out, yeah? Some people might be watching this and say, man, this guy's going to create burnout. Young youth are going to listen and they're going to start to burn out. I'm not telling you not to. I'm saying tawakkul and barakah can make you do things that are normally impossible and it can become possible. Possible. Live a life that's not normal. Do things that are not normal. Anything that's not normal, go for it. Anything that makes you stand out, go for it. Why? Because the Prophet ﷺ was the best example. He talks about how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is with the ghurabat, the strangers, the importance of being a stranger, the importance of doing habits that make you a stranger. And with that, my brothers, I'll leave it there. Very short reminder. Inshallah, next week, Monday, we're going to make it longer, you know. Hopefully we can even spend an hour. Um, I'll open up for Q&A, but yeah, I think I'll stop the recording there because probably your Q&A will be a bit more personal, inshallah. Jazakallah khair and Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.